Hey, it's Corey, and today you're going to learn how to play an easy version of As It Was by Harry Styles. So we did change the key for this song just to make it really beginner friendly, but I'll show you how if you want to play along with the original, you can just add a capo and be able to do that. But otherwise, let's just hop right into the tutorial. The first thing you're going to want to do after tuning your ukulele is look at the chords we're going to need for this version of the song. Like I said before, we changed the key to make it more beginner friendly, so today our chords are going to be the C major, the A minor, the D major, and the G major. To make a C major chord, you're going to take your third finger and then place it on the first string, third fret of the ukulele. To make an A minor chord, you're taking your second finger, then placing it on the fourth string, second fret of the ukulele. The next chord is our D major chord. It's going to take place all along the second fret on strings 4, 3, and 2, and you're going to be using fingers 1, 2, and 3 to make the chord. So to start, you're taking that first finger, placing it on the fourth string, then your second finger is going on the second string, then your third finger is going on the second string. And finally, we have the G major chord. To make the G major chord, you're going to start with your first finger and place it on the third string, second fret. Then you're taking your second finger, placing it on the second fret, first string, and then you're taking your third finger and placing it on the second string, third fret. So at this point, if you can play that C major, A minor, D major, and G major, you know all the chords you need for this song. Now, if you are someone who wants to be able to play along with the recording and you want to still be able to use these easy chords, what you're going to want to do is get yourself a capo. With your capo, you're going to want to place that on the second fret, make sure it's really nicely secure, and then you're going to play those exact same chords, just ignoring these top two frets, and instead imagining that this third fret is now your new first fret. So then your C major would get played down here, then your A minor, then your D major, then your G major. Now, before you play using a capo, make sure that you make any adjustments you need with your tuner to make sure that these new strings are now at the correct pitch. Without a capo, the pitches of the strings are G, C, E, and A, and that's going from the fourth string to the first string. When you put a new capo on, the new pitches will be A, D, F sharp, and then B. Now, the thing you always have to really make sure when you put a capo on your fretboard is you have to make sure that those are the actual pitches. Sometimes it's not exact. So what I always recommend people doing is make sure you retune your ukulele to the pitches that it should be. So basically what that means is you kind of just make really small adjustments by taking up the capo and then putting your capo back down until it's the actual pitch. So the first time when I went through with just putting the capo on, I was a little bit sharp with my A, but now it's where it's supposed to be. I have to do the same thing with my D here. I need to lower it a little bit because it got a little sharp. But with the capo on, now it's correct after I make those little adjustments. Note that you can't really make the adjustments with the tuning pegs while the capo's on, so you basically just have to make a really small micro adjustment, put the capo back on, and then make sure it's in tune. Once you have the C major, A minor, D major, and G major mastered, you want to get really comfortable playing those chords in that order. You're going to be changing chords every 4 beats. So what that will sound like using our strumming pattern, which is just the island strum today. So that can either be for you a down, down, up, up, down, up, or if you want to add a chuck, which is what I'll be doing for the play along, it'd be a down, chuck, up, chuck, up. So slower, again, that's down, down, up, down, up, or with a chuck, it's down, chuck, up, chuck, up. What you're going to do then is take those 4 chords in that order of C major, A minor, D major, G major, and you're going to play them over and over again. That C major, A minor, D major, G major is the progression for this song. That means it's the pattern of the chords and how they're played over and over and over again, and that progression will not change for this entire song, which is great. The only time it will be a little different is at the very, very end. In lieu of playing the little opening do 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 we're just going to be playing at the end a C and then going back to a G and ending on a single strum. If you're at all interested in learning how to play that opening section, or you'd like a play along where that features that, make sure to like this video and then comment on that down below, and I can put together a video for you. So what that will sound like is we're going to be changing chords every 4 beats, which will be changing chords every 2 full strumming progressions. So it would be C, to remember with how many times you're going through the strumming pattern, then remember it that way. If it's easier to remember the beats, remember it that way. I always think it's better to do the beats because it's a more musical way of thinking about the song, because you can't ever get lost if you're paying attention to the beat, but you can get lost if you make a mistake with your strumming pattern. It's really important at this point that you have a firm understanding of the chords and also the strumming pattern in order to put that together with the lyrics too. You don't want to get into a position where you have all these kind of little gaps between changing your chords and having transition issues. What you can do in order to get your speed up, because a lot of people want to be able to play it really fast, go slower than what I'm doing in the play along. And you can actually adjust the speed of this video using the little options gear in the YouTube video. So use that to help yourself to slow down the tempo, to have something slower to practice with. What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to give you an example of what a progression leading up and building up to playing with the chuck would sound like. I recommend to everyone to start playing the way I show you first at a slow tempo and then gradually increase it. I'm going to keep my tempo the same for this, but again, you should set a tempo that is at the right pace for yourself. This is just playing on the chord changes. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? This is on the beat. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? This is played on just beats 1 and 3. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? This is played on the strumming pattern with that island strum, just without the chuck. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? And this is the entire thing, of which you'll hear in the play along. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? So use that little progression to help you in your practice. Again, while this is a tutorial to teach you how to play the song, don't feel like you have to be able to play the song perfectly after just watching the tutorial once. There's a good chance you're gonna have to go through, play it a couple times, use some practice individually. Also, if you're at all interested in getting the song sheet so you can practice at your own pace without having to use a video, make sure to check out my Patreon as well. I keep all my song sheets there. I also keep all of my extra resources, tips and tricks, and all kinds of stuff there too. So there's a ton of really great benefits and extra help you can get there, and the link for that is in the description box. But otherwise, let's give this play along. 1, 2, here we go. And holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, and everything gets in my way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I am the one who will stay. Oh, in this world, how to play as it was, or at least an easy version of it by Harry Styles. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please consider giving this video a like and letting me know that down in the description box, or if there are any other Harry Styles songs that you would really like to see a tutorial or a play along of. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!